Excuse me, mate, why are you? What do you mean? What do you mean? I mean, what is the meaning of your question? The meaning of existence is the meaning of my question? No, I'm asking you what the meaning of your first question was. The meaning of you. Oh, so you do know the meaning of me. No, that's what I'm asking you. What is the meaning of existence? Oh. Yeah, that question doesn't make any sense. How come? Well, what exactly are you asking me? Are you asking me what my name means? No, I'm asking you what you mean, what existence itself means. I mean that I am. The meaning of existence is that it is. Yes. But why is existence? Why are you? I could ask you the same. Well, I exist because my parents reproduced. That doesn't explain why your parents exist. I could just keep asking why to all of your responses all the way back to the Big Bang, at which point you'll essentially be saying, because existence began, to which I will ask, why did existence begin, and we will have arrived back at square one. So I'll ask again, why are you? I exist to bring my future children into this world.
Ah, but here we have the same issue again, just in the opposite direction. I can keep asking why until we get to the inevitable heat death of the universe, and you'll run out of answers.
That's exactly the issue though, that's why I'm asking. There's no meaning to any of it looking backwards, it's accidents all the way back, and there's no meaning to any of it looking forwards, it all comes to an end. So that settles it then, that's your answer, that it's all for nothing. Both ends of the thread of time are loose and all you have to do is pull and the whole damn thing unravels back to the present moment. And there's no real point in getting out of bed in the morning, no point in having kids, my parents gave birth to me for no reason at all, and it's all for nothing. You're so smart that you're dumb. What? You want to know what it's all for, but your linear mind won't accept a circular answer, and yet you ask a circular question. What's it all for? It can't all be for something else, because then you wouldn't have been talking about it all, would you? Your question cannot be answered without referring to something within your expression it all. For even if I did give you an answer that referred to something outside of it all, like heaven for instance, as soon as its existence was an established fact, it would be contained within the expression it all. And since you're so set on rejecting circular answers, you would reject that answer too and ask, okay, but what's heaven for? The fact that you're yet to discover the meaning of life is not evidence that there isn't any, just evidence that you're terrible at asking the question. You condemn me for answering the question with existence means that it is, and yet when I ask you the same question, you go looking for answers in the past that no longer exists, then you go looking for answers in the future which doesn't exist yet, and then conclude that it's all for nothing, as if you had looked everywhere. You forgot to look in the present, you idiot, the only place that actually exists. And since your question pertained to the nature of existence, I'm almost inclined to believe you don't even want existence to mean anything. It's as if you're intentionally avoiding the issue by running off into the past or into the future and acting surprised when you return empty-handed, carrying none of the meaning of existence that you were supposedly looking for. Why on earth would I intentionally avoid finding answers? Because maybe there's nothing you find scarier than the thought that all of existence is here simply for the sake of itself, and perhaps if nothing means anything, then everything is permitted. And why would I find that first bit scary? Because when you don't like the state of things, for example the state of having lost a loved one or burning your toast when you're already late to work, the idea that things are in that state simply for the sake of existence puts you at odds with existence itself. The friend of an enemy is an enemy. The soup of life arrives unblended, and you've made a habit of throwing the bowl from the table when you get a bite of something that you don't like. And what about all that the meaning is in the present shit you were just saying? How can that be true if the present is always changing? Remember, I told you the meaning of existence is that it is, and what's the one thing that never changes about the present moment? The fact that it is, that it exists. And how am I supposed to find meaning in that? I ask you what it's all for, and whether you say it's all for every reason, it's all for no reason at all, or it's all for its own sake, hardly makes a difference to me. I still feel lost. What I want is for it all to be for a single, unifying reason. I want a grand narrative, I want a triumphant ending, I want fireworks and explosions and eternal redemption, not for all of existence to be an accident that simply fizzles out and dies a whimpering death. Yes, you want the suffering of today to be justified by the joy of tomorrow, but your science told you that on a long enough time frame, everything dies, and so you can't justify the suffering of today. Like you say, you want a triumphant ending and eternal redemption. You want to be aware of some grand narrative today into which your suffering reasonably fits, so that you don't feel like it's for nothing.